So I lost 100 pounds and went from this right here to this right here. And today I'm gonna show you 3 simple tips that you can implement today to help you lose 20 pounds. Now, none of these tips involve buying any new supplements or drastically changing your eating habits or the types of foods you eat, or doing any overly strenuous exercises. Kicking things right off, the simplest thing that you're gonna implement in step number 1 is to chew your food more. There is a large disconnect between your stomach and your brain. It takes more than 15 minutes to really realize that you're actually full, so sometimes you tend to overeat, not because you're hungry, but because your brain hasn't received a signal that it's full yet. For example, I used to eat a huge plate of like rice, chicken, maybe a little bit of vegetables, and I would eat that entire plate within 10 minutes, 12 minutes, 15 minutes tops if I'm watching a show. But when I started to chew the food about 20 times between each swallow, I realized after eating half the plate, I would start to feel really full. And then I would just wrap up the food and put it away for later. Just implementing this simple trick will give you a lot of results because you will eat less, regardless of the type of food you eat. Also, your jawline is gonna be on fleek from all the chewing. Trick number 2 is eating with your non-dominant hand. So if you eat with your right hand usually, like me, switch to your left hand. Now, what this does is it breaks your subconscious habits and patterns. We're so used to eating with the right hand, we don't really think of how to eat with our right hand anymore. It's just kind of, you're just shoveling the food in. Now, when you switch to your non-dominant hand, you become more conscious of the amount of food you're eating. Also, it's not as dexterous as your dominant hand, so you will be slower to pick the food up, put it in your mouth without missing the mouth hole. Now, if you don't want to switch hands, you can also do something like eating with chopsticks instead. If you don't know how to eat with chopsticks, you can slowly learn, and this will make this process even better, to be honest. So take your chopsticks and start eating it. You'll realize you're not able to just shovel food into your mouth due to the fact that the chopsticks are much smaller and can grab a much smaller amount of food at a time. Now, if you're East Asian and you grew up using chopsticks, this tip will not be as effective. I mean, just think of Goku just shoveling 1,000,000 pounds of rice in his mouth in 10 seconds. Now, tip number 3 is incline walking. This is not like regular cardio where you have to run or even lifting weights. In the beginning of your fitness journey, the simplest way to lose weight, besides the calorie deficit that you unknowingly created using my prior 2 tricks, is to do incline walking. It's very simple. When you go to the gym, set the treadmill to an incline of 12 to 15. Set the speed between 2.5 and 3.5 miles per hour. Then you want to walk for about 30 minutes. Now, make sure that when you're walking on a treadmill that you are leaning forward if you are grabbing the rails. And most of the time, grabbing the rails will not affect the effectiveness of the workout if you are leaning slightly forward. If you are leaning back and having your elbows locked in front of you, that's only gonna make that cardio about 33% effective as doing it without holding the rails. Now, I guarantee if you use these 3 simple tips and tricks, you will lose weight. After a certain point in your journey, you're going to need to start doing things a little bit more complex, but at that point, you would have lost enough weight to motivate yourself even more to work out and learn about more things. Plus, you'll start to feel better. Your joints will feel better. The first big quality improvement in my life was when I lost my first 20 pounds and my knee pain almost disappeared. All right, Ironline gang, thank you for stopping by. It's your boy Majillion, aka Brown Rice Bandit here. And today is another day in my video every day for 1 year on YouTube. So if you have any questions, concerns, recommendations for another video, drop them down in the comments below. And I got you. Peace.